This is mine, that is his. The small-minded thing, the large-hearted belief the whole world is one family. These verses from the Maha-Upanishad about an interconnected planet and living being was engraved at the entrance of the Central Hall of Parliament. It greeted me every day of a small utmost silence. And his name was Ismail Bhai. They both came, stayed in a hotel close to our house, and he came to our house and told my father, I want to marry you, putting me with them.
Thank you. It's beautiful. So, I wanted to ask you a little bit about some of the many prime ministers that you have come to know, because we only tend to know of these people through books or, other people's accounts, but you had the opportunity to know every one of India's prime ministers and to work with some of them very closely. Let's start by talking about Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first prime minister, who you knew from childhood. Will you share with us a memory from what you remember of Nehru?
I never had the opportunity to work with Pandit Nehru. I was too young.
Yeah.
But I knew him very well because after my grandfather passed away, he came to meet my grandmother. One thing I will tell you, she knew after the Blue Star, that
Operation
Blue Star at Golden Temple, that the Sikh are not going to forget in the parliament most of the time. I was too sleepy. And I don't know how he hardly ever answered the questions or anything. Generally, it is the ministers who answer, in charge of ministries, they aren't good. So that is my experience of Devi Gowda.
What was Chandrasekhar like?
Huh?
Chandrasekhar?
Oh, Chandrasekhar was a very intelligent person.
Really?
Yeah, very, very intelligent, very shrewd person. I knew Chandrasekhar, he knew my husband very well, and we have some common friends. So I used to go to his village, Bonsi, where he used to go and do farming and I don't know what all. So he was an intelligent man and a very good speaker. Of course, he spoke Hindi in the parliament. An excellent speaker he was. He used to speak with that flow.
Yeah.
That I. Gujarat Sahib remained for a little
Very short time.
And VP Singh also for a very little criticism. So she said when I was started after Lal Bahadur Shastri and all that, I was young and naive. And some leaders from Bengal and other who were very senior, they treated her very badly. And they used to call her Gungi Gudiya, the dumb doll. So this is what...
This is the syndicate that she's talking about.
Yeah, she said when I started taking decision myself, then they planned to create. So we used to go and stay in his house, in Teen Murthy house, which is now a museum, and stay with him. So I remember him as a child, that he was very kind and the house was always open and hundreds of children used to come every day to meet Chacha Nehru. And he came for my engagement when I got married. So the photograph you have seen. So this is my memory of Pandit Nehru. I also did not work with Indira Gandhi as such as a deputy chairperson. I worked with her as a member of parliament, and I found her a very strong lady. Strong lady, she was my ideal. Belongs to, it doesn't matter to me. He's a human being, and if I can help, I would do that.
Right.
So this is how that narrow-mindedness was there.
Yeah.
I never felt it become my job or like that.
Right.
I had to keep
Everyone
good
happy.
relation with everybody.
Most people don't realize the many ways in which you have helped many different leaders to develop the Middle East policy for India. Will you share a little bit about some of the relationships that you developed and because I think most people have no idea about the kind of behind the scenes negotiations that you did with whether it was Saudi Arabia or Jordan or some of these other countries. So just briefly, because I do feel that that is something that is very interesting in the book.
You know what happened when I was in Bombay? Gentlemen who killed. So then Rajiv came with a massive majority. So much majority that BJP was left with 2 members in Lok Sabha, the lower house. So Rajiv ji called me one day and said, I want you to take you in the cabinet. What do you want? I said, I want the deputy chairmanship. So he asked me, why? I just I like the job because I used to offer when the deputy chairman used to go to rest or food, I used to take over. So I said from the panel, so I said, I like the job. He says, okay, and what else? I just said, everybody respects me because I'm very educated, the highest qualified person, even the men are not so qualified as I am. So that will help. And then I have a sense of humor. If nothing works, sense of humor works. And
when the men didn't want to listen to them, then you could always cry.
And I have a book published in the Parliament, Sense of Humor in Parliament. So there were many jokes about. And then I said, to pursue higher education, and women are more likely to have successful career when they have generous and supportive grandfathers, fathers, brothers, and husband. My grandfather, father, and my husband have not only treated women with respect, dignity, and equality, but also taken great care of children, because that's most important. It is only my husband's affection and trust that made it possible for me to work in a man's world, travel a lot, and thrive in my career. Hence, for boys and girls and young men, my only word of advice is treat the girls and women as your life as equal and can be your strength. Women carry the next generation. It is very important the lab on which a child is reared is lined with love, care, knowledge, and education. Finally, if you have the will and desire, you will achieve your dream. Nothing is impossible. I wanted to see the world, I saw the world. Always look ahead, never back. Yesterday is gone, today is yours. Do your work and plan for tomorrow. for all the future generation. A poem by writer, philosopher, politician मोहम्मद इकबाल. खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता रे तेरी रजा क्या है. Live with such dignity that before deciding your future and fate, God will ask you, what is your desire? That's what he has said, and that's been my life. Because I wanted to do something in world, I've been able to do something in world.